Let my people go. All right, y'all. If you're watching the replay, please bear with me. I have an uplifting message an uplifting message from Spirit. I know it's late, y'all, but
I'm not gonna send Taldra.
Let my people go. Let my people go. All right. Hello, 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 my beautiful beings. Okay, so I have moved the Archangel Michael ritual, for those of you who did not know, to tomorrow morning because I was late. I got off work late doing readings, and then Spirit knocked me out. I fell asleep. I had to go to a spiritual meeting up in the realms. So I fell asleep and I just woke up literally like 15 minutes ago. Just woke up from my nap. Half an hour ago, whatever. Yes, so it's gonna be tomorrow morning on the 30th. Tomorrow morning, as Medea says. But I wanted to come on because as in my spiritual meeting with Spirit while I was asleep, they wanted me to bring to you the message that there's a lot of negative things that are going to be coming out, but they need you to understand that that is what the plan of that was the plan of darkness before they intercepted. So all of these things that have been happening, all of these negative things that have been happening, that a lot of dark beings have been getting away with, they were getting away with it because it was not aware in our collective consciousness. Now that our collective consciousness has become aware of not being manipulated negatively by these dark demons, and they're in these shadows, and the collective consciousness is learning to love their shadows and integrate their shadows for a higher purpose. Okay. My new assistant is gonna get back to those of you. If you sent me a DM, we're going through them and getting them ready for the ritual. So you'll get like a little heart. You should get a little heart message when I see your DM. When we see your DM. But I want to show you guys how important it is to speak your truth, especially when you're connected to your spirits. Okay, this is how much hatred I got today for speaking my truth. You see this? And this is the protection from my spirits. If my spirits were not in agreement with what I was saying about all the different beings that I work with within my practice and outside of my traditional practice, they would tell me to back down. I make my own altar candles, and this is how much hatred I got today from people. Okay? This is how much hatred. People that are supposed to be spiritually elevated. People that are supposed to be working with beings of light. People that are supposed to be receiving messages from divine orishas and from divine beings and from archangels. Yet this is how much hatred is in their heart. And this is nothing. This is like the third candle. Okay? This is all the hatred that my spirits were fighting off. And I make my own altar candles now, which, by the way, secret, they're going to be coming out soon for the different beings, okay? All right? Not to mention the messages and the comments that were left by the Orisha police. Orisha police. Isn't that funny? Isn't that like an oxymoron? I don't know. But here's the truth. When you are connected to your spirits, this doesn't matter. This doesn't hit you. Your spirits cover you, and they will shield you, especially when you are speaking the truth that they share with you.
The mission's too important.
So, they want you to know that you are protected, because when you speak your truth, your spirits got you. If my spirits if my spirits received messages from the Orisha saying, tell your vessel to shut up and back down, my spirits would tell me, and I would say, listen, I'm wrong, blah, 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 blah. But that's not what's happening. Instead, my spirits are literally saying, don't shut up, don't back down, stand up for what we're speaking. Because as the dimensions and the vibration of the earth rises, these false narratives that have been perpetuated in religious practices. Remember, I did the video yesterday on religions and these religious practices, whether they are indigenous or African or white practices. They have been infiltrated by darkness, and they need to be cleansed. Okay, and the beings change, and that's okay, because as we elevate, they elevate to higher realms, and that's the whole point. All right, so this is just one example of what I had to deal with today. Then I made this candle for Metresili, which, by the way, Metresili, what would Metresili do if, like, imagine when Metresili cries when she sees the reality and the sadness of the world. Imagine if you killed a chicken to offer it to her. Imagine what she would do.
Offer her blood.
And offer her blood. Imagine what she would do. This is her candle. It was clean. It was burning clean yesterday. And as soon as I spoke my truth and I spread the message that Archangel Michael said to me, that the blood sacrifices in the Bible were BS, that the blood sacrifices in other religious practices were BS, all of those things were BS and no longer necessary. This is what Metresili's candle did, because she started to protect me with her love. And she just enveloped me in love. And by the way, y'all, I met an angel today. I got to meet an angel, an actual angel. I had one of my last readings of the day. There was a little boy that jumped on the call behind his mom, and he was a literal human angel. And his mom said to me he has a lot of sensitivities, and Spirit said that's because he's never been on earth before. This is his first lifetime. He's never incarnated before. He is an actual angel. He needs you to help him accommodate and to let him help you elevate. So stay true to what your spirit and what your heart tells you. Don't let people on social media bully you out of your authenticity, because when you are not being authentic, when you're not speaking from your heart and you're not speaking your spirit's truth, you're not helping, you're hurting the collective. And like Morpheus says in The Matrix, when you try to shatter an illusion that people are dependent upon, they will fight you. They will fight you. Okay? Just like all of those people who were channeling angels and then they got scared because they started to listen to religion, because they started to dabble in so many things and not actually make sure that they were doing it properly. Which, by the way, if you want to learn how to properly connect with spirit, join my VIP group. Shameless plug. Join my VIP group so that you can safely connect with your spirit guides. VIP group, link in bio. If this video is on YouTube, you can find that in my description below the video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications and follow the page so that way you don't miss out. And also, for when I go live on reasonable times, I will send out a Telegram. So make sure you sign up for Telegram as well so that you don't miss my messages that I'm bringing. So this is what I'm telling you. This is my Metresili candle that I was testing, okay? Because I'm coming out with an altar candle line. And the other day, I had an initiate say to me, by the way, I had one of my initiates and an initiate of Yemaya say to me, Yemaya told me to tell you that she wants you to make a candle for her too. And I said, well, okay, that's my mysteries. My mysteries candles are gonna come out first, but if she wants to and she gives me permission, I'll be more than happy to do that. So I will, and in the past, I left all of the Orisha stuff to the people who were practicing those side of that area. But if the Orishas come to me, I can't control that.
They choose or they
If they choose who they want to choose, they speak to whoever they want to speak to. Like this limitation, this human limitation humans don't have a say on that. Okay? Ceremonies are important for protection and for spiritual development. And especially if you're working for other people. But if you are working for yourself, if you're helping yourself, you can connect to your spirit guides. You can connect to your orishas directly. Okay? So, anyway, this is my Metresili candle that I was testing. And it was burning beautifully clear until she started to have to start fighting off some things for me.
Spirit speaks.
Exactly. Thank you, Astro Poppy. That's very true. And you can tell the difference because this is my Open Roads candle, which was burning completely clear until yesterday morning. It started to burn a little bit dark, but this was burning next to this. This is my altar candle that I bless from Metresili. This is the altar candle that I make and bless from Metresili. And then when I started speaking my truth about orishas and about beings of light and about archangels, it started to turn black because people saw things they didn't like and tried to send me negative things. I even got sent a demonic entity. 2 nights ago. Was it 2 nights ago? Or was it last night? Last night. I went to I was minding my business after I posted that post. A few hours later, I started feeling a negative energy around my home. And I was like, I feel this negative energy. I go to light my incense. And I was like, Sam, I need to burn incense. I need to burn my incense. And I went and I was like, Sam, in a minute, open the door so we can let this energy like cleanse the space. So Sam went to open the door and this dark being completely manifested. He didn't realize I could see him. He tried to come into my house and I said to him, hold up. I don't know who sent you, but you are not welcome here. You need to leave. You need to turn back around and you need to leave. And he looked at me like, oh, you can see me. And I said, yeah, I can see you. Get the out of my house. And he went and he like glided out of my house. Okay? So speak your truth. If your spirits and you're not speaking out of a place of ego, I don't speak out of a place of ego. I verify things in my spirits before I open my mouth. That is just the nature of a Sagittarius. If you know any astrology, you know that a Sagittarius will not open their mouth unless they're sure about what they're speaking. Okay? Exactly. Spirit gets the last say no matter what. We can all talk, we can all have our opinions, but Spirit says the last say. And it's not just Archangel Michael that's told me that thing about blood sacrifice. General Guede told me the same thing. General Guede Francisco, many of you may know him as Spring Guede or as the General Guede underneath the Baron of the Cemetery. He's told me the same thing. These things are not necessary. And he told me this years ago. That's almost 10 years ago he said this to me. These things are not necessary. Blood sacrifice, animal sacrifice, those are things that have been infiltrated into practices by demonic entities and are being perpetuated by Hollywood in order to make people afraid of their African spiritual practices. Ooh! Okay, so... And my lineage has orishas because I've gotten readings with initiates of Orula. I've gotten readings with them and they told me my lineage does have orishas even though I may not practice it the way that other people practice it. Okay? My practice is based on the 21. But my personal practice expands beyond just what my ancestors might have practiced. Because I seek to grow. I seek to ascend. That's my life, okay? Santa Marta said to me in the shower the other day, you've been incarnated way too many times. Guys, according to what my spirits have told me, I'm over 6,000 years old. My soul is over 6,000 years old. I've incarnated in this lifetime. I've incarnated in this world so many times that my soul is done. After this lifetime, I'm not incarnating again. End of story. Like, I was just like, okay, I asked him, I was like, I've asked this in hypnosis sessions. I've asked this in destiny readings. I've asked this in readings that I've done with elders in my own practices. And they told me the same thing. And I didn't believe them until Santa Marta like verified it for me. And they said to me, yeah, you've incarnated so many times. Your soul is over 6,000 years old. You don't need to keep incarnating anymore. So you have to, your last lesson is to learn to love unconditionally and to learn to speak your truth fully. And you will not have to incarnate anymore in this dimension. And I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. So listen to your spirits. Because you'll get hatred from humanity no matter what you say. But this speaks for itself. My spirits protected me when people tried to attack me. And they will continue to protect me no matter how much you say that you speak for your Orishas and how much of an Orisha police you want to be. My spirits will continue to protect me because Orishas are in agreement with what I am saying. Whether you believe it or not, whether your elder tells you that it's true or not, whether your practice or your religion tells you that it's true or not, that's none of my business. My business is to be the messenger for spirit. But now, on to the actual message for today. Did I even say the message for today yet? Okay. The message for right now is this, that I received when I was on my nap. A lot of these negative things that were happening, these demonic practices that were happening are being removed from the earth as we elevate to the fifth dimension. As we elevate and the fifth dimension is added into our reality. Okay? And so, but the collective consciousness had to be made aware of what was going on so that it would stop happening, okay? And the collective consciousness needed to be aware that they needed to actively put up protection and actively state, I do not allow negative manipulation of my reality in order for the hypnosis to be broken. The negative hypnosis that has been done on people. Because remember, magical practices can be used for good or can be used for evil. That's up to the intention, okay? What a lot of these mockingbird media have done is that they have hypnotized us they've used the negative powers of hypnosis to hypnotize us into being consensual to cannibalism and pedophilia and child sacrifice and all of these things, all right? So it's extremely important for us to continue saying, I do not consent to the negative manipulation of my reality. I do not consent to the manifestation of these negative demons in this reality, in my reality, or in the reality of those I love, or in the reality of the human existence, all right? Because the more of us in the collective that do not consent to the negative manipulation of our realities, the stronger that the power and the work of the light beings will be, and they will be able to ripple effect throughout the universe, okay? Spirit has said to me that these things have been fixed, but the human timeline has to catch up. The human timeline has to catch up to what has been done by the beings of light to alleviate these things, and to remove these things, but we must continue. Okay? We must continue. The way you become in tune with your spirits is to pray and meditate. I say this all the time. Pray, 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 and meditate. And don't believe all the things humans tell you, because humans are flawed. I'm a human. I'm flawed. You're flawed. The 100-year-old elder is flawed. Just because you're older in physical existence does not mean that your soul is older and more wise, okay? So understand that and look at things with an open mind, but with a curious mind, and maintain your faith in the beings of light and the beings above all else, okay? Because that's what we're here for. And remember the wise words of Morpheus. When you try to shadow the illusions, when we try to break the hypnotism, when you try to unplug yourself from their matrix, they will fight you. And that's okay. Send them love. Rise above. Okay? My VIP course is going to be going over all healing and conjure magic for your own healing, for yourself, not for others, but for yourself. So we go over divination, how to pick a divination for yourself. We go over altars. Right now we're on elemental magic. We'll be doing lunar magic later in the year. We'll be doing astrology and planetary magic later in the year. So these are all things for your own healing and your own elevation that we'll be going over in the VIP group. So if you want to join, you have a chance to join. Okay, you can go to my link in bio to sign up for the VIP group. It is part of my private academy, and there's also an Instagram page that you are able to join for extra resources after you join my academy.
What? If you're in the VIP, tell her, comment what it is.
If you're in the VIP, so there you go. They're already doing it. Those who are in the VIP are already saying it. It is $44 a month for my VIP. I will be offering a yearly subscription as well down the line, but not at the moment. Right now it's a monthly subscription. $44 a month. It's extremely as affordable as possible for those. Trust me, the amount of information that I share is way more valuable than $44 a month. So, and if you understand that money energy is infinite, you will invest in yourself. That's all I can say. But that's good. That's good, Miss Purdy. Keep doing your breath of life meditation. That's how you breathe life into yourself. That's how you expand.
That's how you conjure your own reality.
Exactly. That's how you conjure your own reality. So, yeah. All right, my loves. All right, so remember this. Again, I do not consent to negative manipulation of my reality or the reality of this third dimensional world, or my fifth dimensional reality. I do not consent to the influence of negative forces, the influence of negative demonic energies in this reality. And so it is. Amen. All right, y'all. That's all I got for y'all. I have a little angel message here, actually. I've had to start, the angels are talking so much, I've had to start keeping a journal of their numbers. Let's see. Okay. You need to step up and elevate your life. Step up and speak your truth. All right? Exactly. L Vibration said, correct. I couldn't believe you were educating us on so much information. VIP is beyond golden.
Oh, cool.
All right. So, happy birthday. Can you type that up in your story, please? Type what up in my stories, my love. So remember, do not allow negative, the phrase, do not allow negative manipulation of my reality. I do not allow demonic entities or forces to infiltrate or affect my reality. And so it is. Hallelujah. I should start preaching.
You already do.
Just kidding. There will be, going forward, there will be community candle rituals that happen every single month. Some of them will require a donation. Some of them won't, depending on the candle ritual. I should be having a candle ritual coming up for self-confidence with Santa Mata la Dominadora. And then a self-love ritual with Metresili is coming as well. I believe on Valentine's Day.
She does have a podcast.
I do have a podcast. You can find my podcast on Apple.
No.
Yeah, you can find it on Apple. Yeah, on Apple, on Google Play, on, what's that other one called?
Anchor.
Anchor. I have a podcast. I have to update my podcast, I should say. My podcast is called High Priestess May, Journey to Ascension. I started it like 2 years ago, but I stopped podcasting because I just didn't have enough time. But I do want to take it back up because Spirit has asked me to minimize my private one-on-one time with people in order to teach you how to take care of your own spiritual journey, and in order to share messages with you and with the collective. Okay. Yes, I do have a podcast. My podcast is a little old. I think it was like 2 years ago I was doing podcasting. I did a couple of episodes. It's called High Priestess May's Journey to Ascension. All right. So there's just a few on there. I have to continue it. I haven't been doing podcasting as much. But I do intend to continue podcasting. I do intend to continue sharing on YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube, there's hundreds of videos on my YouTube channel. Keep in mind that as I progress, my content progresses. As I progress, so if there's something that, I said in the beginning of my journey, because that's what the understanding I was in, understand that my views and my knowledge given to me by Spirit is going to progress as I elevate and as I progress. Okay? Oh, I love your sons too. I'm going to start a child shout out, because I have so many kids that watch me, which tells me that I need to watch my language. I apologize. It's the Gede Limbo in me. He just doesn't have a filter. So especially when he gets fired up. Two of you. So the more you elevate, the more your understanding. So I didn't realize kids watched me. I thought I was only an adult channel. Not adult in that way. Get your mind out of the gutter, okay? There's no OnlyFans here. Although I do have an OnlyFans account, but there is no posts on it. No posts at all. Anyway, all right, my loves, that's all that I have to say to you. Aww, I love kids. They're so sweet. They're so sweet. Alrighty, so all the grown kids too. I love them too. All right, y'all are hyping me up too much. I gotta go. I'm gonna grow a big ego, and that's not good. All right, so love you all. Have a great night. Remember, don't allow negative manipulation of your reality. Love, joy, blessings to you all, and gracias a la misericordia to all the spirits of light, all the misterios, all the archangels, all the orishas, all of the Kemetic beings, all of the Greek beings, the Hindu beings, all of the beings of light that cover us and protect us each and every day. God bless, and have a beautiful night. See you tomorrow.